Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to show you how to make cauliflower crust pizza. This recipe comes from Dr. Berg and I will put a link to his video in the description box below. For the crust you'll need 4 cups of shredded mozzarella, 4 cups of riced cauliflower. This one was frozen and I basically just put a little bit of salt on it and let it sit for a little bit and then just squeezed out the excess moisture. You can use fresh cauliflower too, and then you can just skip the salting. And I also have 4 eggs. So those are the only crust ingredients. Super simple. Right here I've got all my toppings. I've got some bacon, sausage, salami, onion, sun-dried tomato. Basically just do whatever you want. I've got some shredded Parmigiano Reggiano, some mozzarella, and then this right here is gonna be my pizza sauce. In here I have a 14-ounce can of diced tomatoes, tablespoon of garlic, tablespoon of balsamic vinegar, tablespoon of olive oil, and a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. And right here I've got my hatch green chilies that I like to mix into that too. I'll probably put a couple tablespoons. First things first, I'm gonna get this sauce reducing down on the stove. I'm gonna just put it over medium-high heat in a small saucepan. And I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. I also throw my leftover Parmigiano Reggiano rind into my pizza sauce and let that cook. And then I'll just remove it before I immersion blend the sauce. Next, let's go ahead and start on the crust. Also, make sure you preheat your oven to 450 degrees. That's ready to go. For this recipe, it's also helpful to have some parchment paper and a pizza peel if you have one. If you don't have one, you can just use a regular sheet pan. Now I'm going to divide the cauliflower crust mixture in half. All right, we've got the sauce going, that's looking good. Put half of the cauliflower crust mixture onto your parchment paper and just press that into a nice thin layer. This is where the pizza peel comes in handy because you got the guide for the nice round shape. Just to give the crust a little extra support when I put it on the rack in the oven, I'm gonna put it on top of this grill mat. So as you can see, this recipe makes 2 decent sized pizzas. If you just want to make one, just half the crust ingredients to 2 cups of mozzarella, 2 cups of cauliflower, and 2 eggs. Next, we're going to bake the crust for 15 minutes at 450 degrees before we put the toppings on. Now we can immersion blend the pizza sauce. I'm going to put this back on the stove for a little bit longer. Okay, so here's the sauce. You're gonna want it to be kind of thick like this, so reduce it down until it gets this consistency. Also taste it and see if it needs any more salt or whatever to your preference. I added a little bit too much green chilies and it was really spicy, so I added a couple tablespoons of butter to tone that down, and that made it taste really good. So set off your pizza sauce to the side as you wait for your crust to finish pre-baking. There's the first one. I'm gonna put the second one in right now. Okay, now we can start putting on the toppings on this first one. First, I'll start with a little bit of mozzarella, Parmigiano Reggiano, onions, our sun-dried tomatoes, bacon, sausage, and salami. All right, so this one's ready to go back in the oven. Once that other one is done baking, I'm gonna pop this one back in and leave it in for about 5 to 8 minutes until all of the cheese has melted and the ingredients have warmed up. All right, guys, look at that. That was in the oven for 5 more minutes, and it looks like all of the ingredients are nice and toasty. You can hear it sizzling. All right, so I sprinkled a little bit more Parmigiano Reggiano on top. Time to cut into this thing. Ah, the salami's moving all over the place. Wow. Look at that. Wow. Wow, guys, this is an A+ recipe. I think you'll really like this one. So that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video.